Hey guys, it's Carlos EDC. This is how the review is gonna go of the civivi anthropos. I'm gonna do the positives. I'll annotate it here. If you just want to hear the negatives, go ahead and skip that part. And then I'll do conclusions and I'll do recommendations at the end. So let's go. All right, like I said, we'll start with the blade. Very functional blade. Some flat in case you want to do chopping. A lot of belly for slicing cardboard. A nice point for cardboard. If you took away all the Isham design stuff, this would just be a nice regular blade. But when you put on all these nice cool features, like his brand new Isham logo and the triangle he has on there, and it's all contoured. There's no sharp edges to this knife at all. It's just the nice smooth thing. You can do push cuts. You can put your thumb back here very comfortably, even around the triangle. Even though it's not a thumb hole, it's still finished around it, which is very, very nice. Some extra lines here that they didn't need to be there, but they put them on there anyway. And then this big contoured line that makes the point even pointier, which is great. Again, you just puncture anything you want and start slicing, no big deal. Very naked blade except for the logo and the D2, which is great. As an amazing blade for cutting utility. It looks great. The finish on it, it's like a brush finish. It's a little dirty. I was working all day with it, cutting some cardboard up, even on the video that I just put up for you guys. Very, very cool blade. We'll move down and go to the pivot. On the show side, it's a letter C, which is cool because, you know, Carlos EDC. The other side is just a regular hex. Works awesome. It's finished on black, and I would usually complain on black finishes, but I think this black finish on the clip and pivot work well. They don't scratch easy. The action on it, since we're talking about the pivot, is great. I'll put up a clip of how it opens in different ways. Moving down, the handles are ergonomic. They're not, you know, Spyderco level, but they're good enough for me to use it all day without, you know, reaching for another knife. If I can do it as a construction worker working 8 to 10 hours a day, you can do it, you know, if you work in an office environment. It's got some nice contouring lines on it that go into the G10. Oh yeah, and it's G10 covered with a little bit of carbon fiber. You can see the division right there. It's kind of like a thick sticker. Moving down on it again, you got, you know, screw down here. I believe it's the same size. I'll annotate it on the screen. Pardon my nails. Moving down the clip, it's a great clip. Deep pocket carry, which I know a lot of people are into. I personally am into deep pocket carry. Aesthetic pleasing, very good looking. The finish is hardy on it. I've been, you know, wearing it every day, and I bump into stuff all the time here at the shop, but it's not a big deal, so it functions well. Now we'll work inside the knife. I'll put a picture of it taken apart. So it uses just T8 for everything, and it's not phosphor bronze washers. It's actually bearings, pretty unique bearings, I may add. Might have to look into them a little bit more on a different video. But yeah, gonna put it back together right now and get back to the review. Backspacer looks great. I think a lot of people could customize it to make it unique to them and what they like. I think I'm gonna keep it black. Action's great. Now in the negatives, some people may say D2 is a negative because it rusts. I live in Arizona. I think D2 is a great choice for a knife under $100. Some people may disagree with me. Come at me, bro. You know, the Isham tab is great because when you open it, you know, you got this flat area, but does become uncomfortable if you like fidgeting and you go like that for 100 times a day, it kind of starts tearing up your finger, which I'm fine with because you can open it a couple different ways and keep fidgeting. Some people might say that the triangle not being a thumb opening mechanism is a negative. I would agree with them, but I can see why they did it. You can still open it with a thumb if you pinch it like this and move it with this line. The liner opening mechanism works well, but it's not the best. It might be my fingers, it might work better for you. The other thing is, this clip has plenty big of a ramp, but somehow it got like caught with something the first day that I carried this knife. I'll put a clip on it. I also had it on my first impressions because it happened right away. Again, $80. I would recommend this to a guy looking for an item design but is not looking to break the bank. For a guy that owns 2 to 3 knives already and is looking for that fourth knife, that knife nut kind of knife, then I would recommend this one. It's just a cool, clean knife, very functional, but I don't recommend it as your first knife. A lot of guys that I handed these to couldn't even open this knife. They went like this ultimately. I really can't find another negative to it. Maybe if you live on a place where 3 inches is the max you can carry, then this being 3.25 will not be a deal for your loss. But I live in Arizona, so that's not a problem for me. So yeah, that's my recommendation. If you're a knife guy looking for your fourth knife, this is it, guys. If you're a guy looking for an item design, this is it. And it's not just a cool knife, it's very functional. It's one of the best cutters I have owned in a long time. Totally recommend it, especially for around $80. I don't see anything out there in the market that's $80 and provides a cool guy who designed it, D2 steel, and just such a great action. Phosphor bronze washers. Just a cool knife, guys. Go buy it.